Lenny Yoro to Manchester United will be confirmed today. I'm going to tell you on this morning roundup show why Lenny Yoro is the real deal. Manchester United have put their intentions down. We are getting players that we need. But now to move on, Manchester United need to start getting some players out. We've got updates on Mason Greenwood, who will be official today. Also in the out column, and a record deal for Mason Greenwood. More about that. Wan Bissaka close to West Ham, 18 to 20 million. United pushing Lindelof out the door. Updates on Simmons and why United will not be getting him this summer. A secret deal behind the scenes as to why Yoro actually did happen in the first place. And yes, here's that name again, Adrian Rabiot, back on the scene. Apparently, it's a dream for him to play for Manchester United. Yeah, we'll see. How come you was waiting for Real Madrid? I'm going to talk about that as well. This is your morning update show, everybody. Welcome along. Get your comments in. Get chatting in the chat as well. Obviously, when the premiere is finished, please get your comments in below so I can get back to as many as I can, as I always do in the morning show. Clearly, I am not in the studio live right now. You are watching it on a premiere, and I am on my way to London for other things, so we are live on the go today, everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for the sheer dedication that we're putting in to bring you the news around Manchester United. You won't miss anything, and please give the video a like. Let's see if we can make this work for the first time on a pre-recorded with 500 likes in the bag, guys. Let's get into what is going on in today's morning reports, and that is that Lenny Yoro is already done. We know that the announcement is officially coming today. It was here we go last night, so no issues right there. But interestingly enough, Real Madrid, and anyone who's asking like, why Lenny Yoro? Why did we ditch De Ligt? Why are we not gone for Branthwaite? Real Madrid are actively now not looking for another centre-back in the market. Why? Because they don't rate anybody as good as what Lenny Yoro is. That's news coming from the Spanish side of things as well. It's music to every Manchester United fan's ears that we actually have put a lot of money and a lot of time into a player that is the real deal. You don't get Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool and Manchester United all chasing the deal for one player if he hasn't got it. The interesting thing in this one was George Mendes' part to play in this one, and I forgot all about it. I've been on many shows on here talking to you guys about United and Mendes, dealing with him. He's going to push Lenny Yoro to Real Madrid. I forgot all about the meeting that he had with Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Manchester United using Mendes and his book of clients and everybody he knows. It was him who set this whole deal up. He was the one that gave Manchester United the inside information about Yoro and the possibilities back in April. And Manchester United have pursued it. Don't forget, Liverpool actually thought that this deal was going to be a no-starter because they thought he was destined for Spain. United's inside knowledge give them that idea and that track to get in on Yoro and get that deal over the line. So, again, Kia Joorabchian with Xerxes got through him and made this deal happen. Mendes for Yoro went through him. Actually, having people who know about football working in a football structure at a major football club does have its benefits, you know. God, we've missed it. Some decades after decades of not having this in place now looks great for Manchester United going forward. Let's see what they can do when it comes to the outs of Manchester United in actually recovering the money that we've spent already, because budgets are tight. We know this. Manchester United have not got a lot of money to spend, and we are now looking to sell players on, actively trying to push players out the door, according to many sources as well in stories last night and this morning. Lindelof, prime example of that, and one of the top candidates for Manchester United to try and sell on. Maguire is an issue. Lindelof, not so much so. What we can make for it, 10 million is reported at the moment around the Fenerbahce move. Jose Mourinho again being talked about as that one, moving him on. The biggest story of all, though, is news that came out over the last few days, and we've known that Julian Lopetegui, the new manager of West Ham, looking to make a big statement signing in his first season, his first summer at West Ham. Obviously, we know why he left Wolves. We know because he wasn't getting what he needed. There wasn't enough money being spent, and he didn't feel like he was being backed at Wolves. Well, West Ham and all of their money, and I'm guessing European money, still a lot of the Declan Rice money, homegrown talent, and them being easily able to balance their books, are playing into the hands of Julian Lopetegui here with this one. It's been reported last night that Aaron Wan Bissaka is close to a move to West Ham. He's happy to move to West Ham. The figure that is coming out is of the 18 to 20 million mark. There were stories that came out later last night regarding 15 million being the minimum United would accept. They want bids in excess of 15 million, in fact. So Manchester United with 18 to 20 million, I think Wan Bissaka will go. Manchester United, then you would start to ask questions as to what we do in terms of cover for the right-hand side. You've got Diogo Dalot there, but let's not forget, Lenny Yoro can obviously play on the right-hand side. So is this the thinking as why we've gone all in on Lenny Yoro? Can we cover that right-hand side at times as well? If the ever-present and the unbreakable, who is Diogo Dalot, who never gets injured, touch wood, that isn't going to happen. I'm not commentator cursing him right now, but Dalot is obviously one of the most reliable players in Manchester United's squad when it comes to injuries. So him being fit all the time does give us a little bit of confidence going forward. I know we can't rely on that, and accidents happen and everything like that, but I think Manchester United were possibly looking at Lenny Yoro as a make weight for the right-hand side just in case. Maybe United are changing shape this season. I don't know. Wishful thinking, eh? But we have a backup plan for Ten Hag. Well, I don't know. But still, you've got to look at this as, again, positive moves for Manchester United. Some will say not positive because Wan Bissaka, some people really like Wan Bissaka. I mean, in that final, I thought it was superb against Manchester City. We've seen him pocket several forwards and high-class forwards as well, many a times in one-on-one defending. Issues with Wan Bissaka? Yes. Staying in line, not staying up with the press, obviously playing players on side a lot. He's useless in the air. He sometimes just switches off, and the ultimate for him is not having that end product. He hasn't got a decent cross. He hasn't got what a fullback is or a modern fullback needs. Perfect for Julian Lopetegui at West Ham, I feel. And West Ham are more than in for Wan Bissaka. We reported and talked about this a week ago. And we knew that Lopetegui had him as a priority signing after bringing Kilman in. This looks like it's moving forward very, very quickly right now. And you know what? The way Manchester United are moving with this transfer window, when it comes to anything, really, like Camberwala, bang, gone, finished. Obviously, Mason Greenwood, we got that sorted pretty quick as well. That obviously is going to be concluded today. 27 million in the bank for him. But Wan Bissaka, I think, is a big key part in Manchester United's recruitment and bringing in some money to go and spend elsewhere. Will Wan Bissaka, the likes of Mason Greenwood being confirmed and Lindelof, like we're talking about, go and get Matthias de Ligt? We talked last night about Matthias de Ligt still being Manchester United favourite to bring in if the finances are there. He's actually on hold at the moment. Romano has said this, Ornstein has said this, everyone has said the same thing, that Manchester United just switched it around completely. When Yoro gave them the green light, which was the other night, Monday night, he gave United the green light. United just changed everything and went all in on Yoro. It was a better player for Manchester United to bring in. He was a better option. And obviously, like we just said, can cover the right-hand side as well. So that was why everything switched around with Matthias de Ligt. But Matthias de Ligt still wants to come to Manchester United. And you know Ten Hag and his admiration for Matthias de Ligt as well. He wants him in at Manchester United. I do feel like that will be the next player in. If we're losing Wan Bissaka, if we're losing Camberwala, we're losing Raphael Varane, we've only brought one defender in. We need another one. Some will say, Adam, you need to bring in another fullback as well. I totally get it. I just don't think we've got the money. I look at it and I'll go, I think they could possibly use Luke Shaw. They're relying a lot on Malacia and Amas to cover Luke Shaw, I would say. We've obviously made stories about Sergio Reguilon as well, possibly being a cheap option for Manchester United. I feel deals like that could possibly come later on in the window. The significant signings United want to get done now. Obviously, Yoro will be on the plane to the States as well. He'll be back in training at Carrington this week, in fact. Crazy how quickly that deal moved on, but brilliant for Manchester United. And proof again, like I said earlier on, that it was the right move to make. And I do think he will cover the right-hand side as well for most part if we do need it out there. We have got young lads coming through. We have got options there, but not of the calibre I think United need. Dalot and Yoro, when Wan Bissaka is sold on, I think will be United's right-hand side options. I'm not ruling out, and I don't think United will, if the option comes around in the transfer market and there's a decent right back there at the right price, then I think United will go for it as well. But the way it's going and what's lined up, it will be de Ligt through the door next if the money is available from sales of players right now. I do think that, you've look at it, if you're selling Camberwala, you're selling Wan Bissaka, you've got rid of Varane, and then you move Lindelof on. Some would even say, before we get to Agate in midfield and bringing in midfielders, that Manchester United need to be bringing in 2 more defenders before this window is finished. Definitely another centre-back. And I said then, do we go all out and get another right back? Are we actually okay? I said before in the shows last night, like with Collier coming through and Ten Hag investing a lot of time into Tom Collier, that we could see him as a reserve midfielder going forward into next season. That could be the plan for Ten Hag. That could be the extra man in the middle. He could go out with a cheaper option and bring Amrabat straight back in. And there's two midfielders right there to help United out instead of going for Agate. The updates on Agate we gave last night, which were Manchester United are pushing for a loan. They have made several offers, verbal offers to PSG, and they've all been turned down. PSG have come out and said this. Manchester United are still holding on to the fact that they're saying that we haven't made any bids, and that's what's coming out from the club. But PSG completely the opposite. So who is right? I don't really care at the moment. I want Agate in. We need more midfielders in place. But we could be looking at the youth in the midfield area. And we don't know about Casemiro yet. More news to come on him as time goes by, I think. But that's the situation that we're at with the midfield. The defence side of things, well, yeah. We know what we need to do. We know where we need to go. And I think it will be another two defenders, especially if Lindelof and Wan Bissaka go. I touched on the midfield there and how that's not the main priority right now, and someone scratched their heads. There is another story that's come out last night about Rabiot and his dream to play for Manchester United. This has come from French media. It's on social media last night. You've probably seen it this morning as well. But Manchester United will look possibly at Rabiot as another option. Obviously, it doesn't fit the profile of player that United need right now. His wages are probably going to be an issue. But as a free agent and costing United nothing right now, easy to balance the books, are United willing to give Rabiot another contract? Are they going to go down that road and say, for now, to get us back in the Champions League, maybe this is a good signing for Manchester United? That experience that we're talking about there with such a young squad, and Rabiot has an abundance of experience. Let's not forget the exploits for France, obviously Juventus as well. He has played at the highest level, and that is crucial when it comes to getting back in the Champions League. We're going to need as many bodies as possible, obviously, with the amount of games that we've got coming up as well. But guys, honestly, you just get in the comments and let me know what you think of Rabiot. Would you even consider him? You know what he brings. You know the baggage he brings. You know the mum situation being his agents. Family members being players' agents has always been a problem. Just ask Marcus Rashford, basically. But United do need bodies. We talked about that. If it is a case of we have to invest everything else we've got left from our sales into the defence, Rabiot on a free, some people would say that's sensible. Rabiot and Amrabat, both of them in for what? 13 million in total? That seems good business again. That's masses of experience and stability in Manchester United. And a little bit of something different as well in Rabiot. A different type of player. Can we then rest out the likes of Mainu at times? It does come down to what Manchester United do with Casemiro and Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay back in training. We heard about the bids that have been rejected. I think a few people jumped onto the same story yesterday, was getting mixed up with James Duckers of the Telegraphs and Chris Wheeler's of the Daily Mail story, both saying United turned down a bid from Fulham. I don't know when this bid was turned down. It sort of got brought up because Scott McTominay's back at training, I think, and made into a story, but I think that bid was quite a bit ago. I think it was at the start of the summer, not so much just happened now. But Scott is back in training, obviously, at Manchester United as well. If United do sell Scott McTominay, then I think we'll have the funds to go for whatever we want in the transfer market in midfield, because it's homegrown talent and United are looking for a bid of 40 million. If someone comes in with 40 million, then Scott McTominay's yours. We're not going to turn that bid down because we can invest that back in. That's a lot of money. But they see Scott McTominay as a pivotal part of the team right now, and you do need to bid high to get him out of Manchester United. Rabiot, it's I know, but he's free. It's not going to cost us anything, and we can definitely balance our financial fair play books if we've got Rabiot in, because we're not giving out any transfer fee. Yes, the wages may be substantial, but is anyone going to really be able to argue with Rabiot in terms of having a higher wage than them in a young squad? He's got the multitude of experience, like we said, and I think he would be the one to actually say, look, I need a bit more. he's at that stage. Apparently, he has been waiting for Real Madrid. And if you're waiting for Real Madrid, then where's this story about Dream United move? All crazy, made-up stories. If you want Madrid, go Madrid, Rabiot. Honestly, if we are second choice again, we don't want to be going down that road again, I don't think. So I'm giving Rabiot a wide berth unless he seriously wants to come to United. And then I would probably consider it, definitely. There would be something there that we do need to look at with Rabiot. Fabrizio Romano as well has just ended any interest of Manchester United in Xavi Simons. We've covered Xavi Simons on the channel quite a bit recently. Manchester United possibly approaching PSG in the position they're in with PSV in terms of that sell-on clause, which clicks in after 2024. So they don't want to sell him this summer. He's out of favour with Luis Enrique at PSG. But Bayern Munich, who are buying up all of the sort of young forward talent at the moment, the up-and-coming talent, have got their clause in. It looks like a loan move to Bayern Munich. Obviously, he's happy in Germany, playing at RB Leipzig last season. But now it looks like, again, Bayern Munich, with players who play in Germany, always seem to get what they want, again, over there, and Xavi Simons looks set for them. Another target of United's, João Neves, is top target for PSG as well. Are we going to be able to fund that by buying Agate? They're moving Simons on. They want to move Agate on. It does look like they're going to be hardballing with Benfica, so that could be another target out of the way. The Manchester United midfield options right now are Agate, Amrabat, Rabiot, and Youth in Collier. That's what we're looking at. Or we keep McTominay, we keep Casemiro, and we bring Amrabat back in as well, as you were basically in midfield. That's because the amount of money that we've got and what we are making in sales is predominantly going into that defence. And that's the issue that we've got right now. If there is a bigger sale, like a Casemiro, that is where Manchester United take an advantage of the midfield situation. So in terms of ins right now, it's De Ligt. Branthwaite is a distance out of there. It's De Ligt. It's possibly another right back. And Agate. They're the main two. The outs, which are going to be coming to fruition. Obviously, Wan Bissaka we know about. That's getting close for West Ham. Lindelof to Fenerbahce. That won't be far away with United really pushing down on that right now. And obviously, we've got Casemiro and McTominay. That's the out column right now for the football club. Maguire, again, a bit distanced out. If a bid comes in, United would be open to it. But that would mean bringing in another 3 defenders, which is a bit crazy considering that Manchester United really only wanted to buy 2 at the start. But we're shifting defenders and we're starting to move players on now. This window has really taken off. So, yeah, that is your morning update, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please give the video a like and do subscribe to Forever United TV. So make sure that you are covered in all Manchester United news. We got you covered from early morning at 8 o'clock all the way through to 6:30. As we speak, I'm on a train heading down to London to do some business and get some work done. I will be live on the go with all of the updates as usual at the normal times, guys. So make sure you're fully tuned in and ready to go for that as well. I appreciate you all massively. Give the video a like. This is the first premiere that I've really done properly. And I would appreciate you all getting involved in giving it a like and pushing it out there and giving it the same support that you do with the live shows as well. We've got to work. We've got to go out and about every now and then. We can't always be in the studio, but that's the dedication and commitment I'm showing to the channel. I'll just ask for a little bit back because you always do give me more back as well. I love you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all live at 12 o'clock. Have a good one, people.